Done it again. Mic wasn't on. I'm just too excited today. I'm just too excited. Hello everybody, welcome to another Streamstructor. Until about, let's say, what's it, a couple of hours ago? I'll be generous. About 6 hours ago, this was going to be a very different live stream, and then the news broke. And I'll discuss it in a lot of detail, a lot of discussion. Hopefully you guys are going to be here to chat about it. I'm just going to quickly tweak my settings for my chat, because it seems to have defaulted to the default again, which annoys me. So it shouldn't be doing that, but there we are. Let's see if I can try and change this a bit so it's a bit more visible. Right, and let's see if I can maybe up that a bit now so we can see. There we are. We're all here. Right, yeah, sorted. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Streamstructor, as I said already. So this is going to be quite an exciting live stream, I think, for me. It's going to be quite fun actually talking about all these different things. I've still got stuff I've planned that I do want to talk about, and I will get to that probably first of all, just to get it out of the way, because I think there's going to be a long chat, a long interesting conversation about what's happened in the world of Doctor Who. And yes, it is Doctor Who related. Just notice my camera's a little bit iffy. I'll maybe sort the blue tack on that in a minute. Oh, sorry, I've given away secrets. Never mind. But yes, welcome one and all. I hope you've had a great month. I've certainly had a very busy month since I was last here, and an enjoyable one as well. I think it's been really, really cool and really fun, and I hope that you guys are here for a bit of chat, a bit of fun. Leave a comment down the side. Yeah, that way. No, that way. There we are. I still can't get that perspective right, even after 29 of these. I still can't get the perspective right. But there we are. Leave a comment there. It will pop up in the chat during the conversation. We'll have a conversation, have a talk about what your thoughts and feelings are about things. However, as I say, there is big news today in the world of Doctor Who. I will get to that later. There are a couple of things I want to do that are a bit more serious first, just to get them out of the way. As you may know, I have been talking about the conflict in Ukraine since it started. It's still ongoing. The Russians have changed their position and are trying to take over some territory in the east and get the Black Sea coast under their control. And there's still a lot of atrocities and horrors going on, and rumours they want to try and get a victory for their version of Victory Day on the tomorrow, because they celebrate the Soviet Union beating the Germans in World War II on the 9th of May. And a lot of sad news about it. I've not got anything specific this time about the whole situation. However, I do want to do my usual 1 minute silence. I said I'd do this every time. I would do a 1 minute silence for the people of Ukraine and the conflict until the conflict resolves itself in a way that I feel satisfactory. It's not happened yet. and I'd like you to join me with this right now. We'll get this solemn piece done as normal, and then we'll get into some more interesting conversations, and we'll have a look at the lineup and everything else. So I'm just about to do a minute's silence for the people of Ukraine. If you can join me, thank you very much. If you are watching this later on, please follow up with me. It'll be a lovely gesture. So yes, we're going to do that in a minute, for a minute, and we're going to start. I'm going to start now. Thank you everybody for joining in, if you have done, through that minute silence. That's my usual routine done. There is some usual stuff we've got today. Let's have a look at the running order for today. It was only 2 videos. They may not all go on. We'll just see how it goes. Oh, I can still see myself in the background. That's interesting. Never seen that before. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's still there in the background. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Anyway, must be some sort of transparency or something, because I can see myself. What is that? That's interesting. That's a glitch I've never seen on live stream before. Anyway, this is your lineup for today. So we've got Amy's Choice, the Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, and we have the Vlog 2 Blackness Castle. That's the plan. They may not go ahead. There might be other conversations and topics we have, but yeah, that's the situation as it is today for all the stuff. Yeah, that was weird. I could see me in the background, like a ghostly figure in the background of that. That's very odd. Anyway, the lighting may change a little bit in between here because it's bright sunshine out there. I've tried to curtain it off as much as possible, but the lighting may be a little bit iffy. As you may see behind you, I have a new telly. It has been utilised already, and I've done the unboxing video. It's all ready to go. You'll see that in 2 weeks' time. But yes, how's everybody doing? Leave a comment. Let me know. Keep doing that. That way. That way. It's just so awkward on your arm because it looks twisting your arm. I'll do left-handed. That's better. Do it right-handed. That's better. Problem is it covers my face, but never mind. But yes, that's the situation. Hope everything's going well for you wherever you're doing them. Talking about busy months for me, reenactment has started, and it started back with a plum. So we had the training weekend, which was the weekend of the beginning of April, which is why the pre-recorded Streamstructor, because I ended up going to Korea the weekend. I wanted to do the live streams. This is my first proper live stream in 2 months. So yeah, I went to Korea, but the week before I was up in Banff doing a training weekend, and then at the end of last month I was at Spiny Palace, which is going to be the vlog for June. So yeah, that was fun as well. It was kind of like a glorified training weekend, if I'm honest with you, and I might be getting a bit more into the heraldry. But there's one more reenactment thing going on between now and the next live stream, and that's a trip down to Maybole in Ayrshire. Next Saturday, there's a kind of like gala thing, and we've been asked to take part and give a hand, and there'll be a bit of Kids Army, which are never pleasant. The carnage that goes on in the Kids Army is absolutely terrible. I'm thinking it might be the same thing this time, which is going to be absolutely atrocious, but there's not much I can really do about that. And then we've got, of course, the ultimate situation with just a bit of fighting and swinging of swords. And yeah, it's been an interesting busy month for me with lots of stuff done. I had a week off in April and I filmed quite a few locations. Finally got to Jedburgh Castle and Jail, which is brilliant. I managed to see Mary Queen of Scots' house as well. I've been a couple of other places. I can't remember where I went film now. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I done Staffnage. I went to Dunstaffnage up near Oban, and it was a glorious day that day. It really was beautiful. It was a glorious day, and I really picked the best day of the week to get up there. It really was brilliant. I do have my little flag waver watching. Hello. I don't know. They never reply, but they're always there. Hello. So yes. So we've got the. So that was my time in regards to filming. So effectively, vlogs wise, I've got lots of vlogs now. I'll explain more about the channel update at the end of the month about that. But lots of vlogs, lots of vloggage going on, and I filmed a lot at Spiny. Some of it will be posted on behalf of the group's Facebook page. Some of it will be used for the vlog. I'm still working through that. I'm actually just recording and finishing off my next batch of 3 Doctor Who reviews in preparation for trying to get ahead for later in the year. So I'm presently listening to the Marian Conspiracy, so that should be recorded later this week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, and that'll be recorded as an audio review, ready to be edited in the future. But yeah, there's a lot going on there, a lot of stuff and a lot of fun had with reenactments, and reenactments are going to become a big thing coming forward with me, and a lot of different stuff's going to come forward about it, and I'm going to do a lot of reenactment weekends. This is why the Streamstructors will tend to be the second Sunday of the month, and actually from other social things it may actually become second Sunday of the month again in the long run. But more will come to that if things go on. Now, I was going to talk a bit about the Ukraine situation a bit more. I am also going to talk about Eurovision, and I've listened to some of the songs. There's one I'm already thinking is a favourite. It's not going to win, but I just love the whole idea of it. It's very Eurovision. I'll get to that later. Absolutely love the Doctor Who casting. Serial Experiments Dave. Ooh. Hello, Serial Experiments Dave. I've never seen you before in my life. Welcome to the Streamstructor. I wonder who you are. Ah, yes. Absolutely love the Doctor Who casting. Yes, I will talk about that in detail, about my thoughts, my feelings and everything else, and my slight disappointment about one element of it, and it's not what you think. And I will refer to stuff I've said before on the live streams as well for that. However, I will get back to that very quickly. So yes, there's I was going to talk a bit later Eurovision. I will do that later. Do you know what? Let's get on with the Doctor Who stuff. Let's just get into it and do it, and yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. So let me get up my page here, and this is where I absolutely butcher the gentleman's name when I do it. But there we are, because I think everybody's struggling to say the name. It's a sign of our times, I think, is the probably polite way of putting it. But let's see if we can get this up and get this working. So I may have to change the web page image. No, it's there. Cool. It's showing it. Oh, that doesn't look good. Hang on a minute. That looks terrible. Let me just try and see if I can rearrange it there. Oh, that's a bit funny. Let's refresh it, see if we can get something. That's all blank, but there's not much I can do about that. And I've lost the chat at the front page there, so... Oh, never mind. So, there we are. We have the announcement. It came this morning about 11 o'clock, half 11. And this was what our new Doctor put up on his Instagram. 2 hearts plus the blue box. And there was lots of chatter about it with my friends at the one point, and one of them turned around and said, oh, it might be the new Doctor. It might be the new Doctor we're talking about here. This is interesting. Is it going to be the new Doctor? I hope it's the new Doctor. And yeah, he went a bit OTT about it. Let's be perfectly frank and honest about it, but in an understandable way. Ncuti. It's called Ncuti, is it? Yeah. There's been various variations of whether it's Ncuti or Ncuti or... but it's Ncuti. Yes, okay, thank you, Serial Experiments Dave. I wasn't quite sure what that would be there, but it's Ncuti. Okay, well, that's nice to know. I'll take out the Facebook thing, because obviously it's all there. So it's Ncuti, yes. So it's Ncuti Gatwa, who is the new Doctor. Now, the first one of colour, officially. Yes, I know, Joe Martin's a Black Doctor as well, but the first male Black Doctor. Apparently he's queer as well, so that's the first there too. And he is an alumni of the Royal Conservatoire Scotland, so he's Scottish in his heritage. He's actually the first foreign born, because he was born in Rwanda, but he moved here when he was a toddler, so he's British brought up. But there's a lot of firsts here. And there's another first about age, which I think is really disappointing. But we'll get back to that in a second. So here's the official thing from Doctor Who TV. And BBC's announced today that Ncuti Gatwa is the new Doctor set to take charge of the TARDIS. Star of Station Screen. Ncuti is best known for his critically acclaimed performance in Sex Education as iconic Eric Efioing. And I can't say that, it's really bad. I'm terrible with different names. It's horrible. It's horrible. I've never seen Sex Education, so that's obviously one of my long list of stuff I've got to catch up on now. I've got the new telly. So he was awarded Best Actor at the Scottish BAFTAs in 2020, as well as numerous nominations for the Best Male Performance in a Comedy Programme at this year's BAFTAs. There aren't quite the words to describe how I'm feeling, he says. Mix of deeply honoured, beyond excited, and of course a little bit scared. This role has shown me so much to many around the world, including myself, and each one of my incredibly talented predecessors has handled the unique responsibility and privilege with the utmost care. I will endeavour to my utmost to do the same. Russell T Davies is almost unconnected to the Doctor himself, and being able to work with him is a dream come true. And then Russell turns later on and says, the future is here, and it's Ncuti. Sometimes talent walks through the door and it's so bright and bold and brilliant, just stand back in awe and thank my lucky stars. Ncuti doesn't just seize hold of the Doctor and owe those TARDIS keys in seconds. It's an honour to work with him and a hoot, and I can't wait to get started. I'm sure you're dying to know more, but we're rationing ourselves now with the wonderful Jodie's epic finale to come. But I promise you 2023 will be spectacular. I think it will be spectacular. I think it's brilliant. And it was announced on the BBC website and updated about half an hour after. About an hour or so after it got released on here. So it blew up across the internet, which was really fantastic and really brilliant to see. And it's a brilliant out left field, but I have a funny feeling it was about to be leaked. Now, what my initial thoughts were, I have a little clip from the October live stream where I mentioned my thoughts about the new Doctor, and I'm going to quickly play that scene for you. In regards to the new Doctor, should it be a woman? Should it be a Fraser just left the chat, I'll get that in a second. So should it be a woman again? Yes. I want to see another woman. I want to see it's not just a one-trick pony. Because even though Jodie has been brilliant, the writing's not shown the best of what a female Doctor can do. And I'm confident that Russell T Davies could do that. He could bring in a lot of new blood as well, because a lot of people want to work with Russell T Davies. He could get more directors in, he could get new people in, new actors in and things like that. It could help the profile of the series properly. It's brilliant. That is it. I'm excited for it coming back with Russell T Davies at the helm. I think it's going to be great. Do I think I think it will be a woman Doctor? Yes, I think it will. Who is it? They're saying Lydia West. People saying she's too young, but then you think Matt Smith. She's actually slightly older. I personally, selfishly, would prefer that. I personally, selfishly, probably would not prefer that. I'd prefer maybe a Doctor who's maybe slightly older than me, because that's the last tentacle of my Whovian fandom. I've got used to the companions, the actors playing the companions being younger than me since Karen Gillan came in the scene as Amy Pond, but I've not had situation with the Doctor yet. Jodie just was a year older than me, so she's covered herself there. But I think it's going to be an interesting situation, and let's be realistic. It's going to be more likely going to be somebody younger than me this time round, who takes on the role of the Doctor. So I'm prepared for that. But selfish me wants somebody in the early 40s, just to make it a little bit more longer time where I can be younger than the actor playing the Doctor. But that's my personal opinion of that. So there you go. That's my personal opinion 7 months ago. And I've alluded to the bit in that conversation. I was wrong about it being a woman. I kind of thought it might be a different casting. It's a different casting altogether, which I have no qualms about. There's a lot of Not My Doctors out there who do have qualms about it, and they can just go and jump off the nearest ledge and get the sweeping angels to come and turn them to stone, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not going to mince my words any more than that, because I want to try and keep this as clean as possible, otherwise I'll start swearing. I've mumped enough the past couple of months, and I'm not a couple of live streams, and I'm not going to do it again. Um, but the one thing I did mention there was the fact that I'd want the actor who's playing the Doctor to be a little bit older than me. And I have had close shaves with Matt Smith and Jodie Whittaker, who are both a year older than me, in regards to that. But it was going to happen eventually. 12 years gap between Karen Gillan and Ncuti. I can't complain. It's going to happen, and he's 29, so he's not the youngest actor ever to play the Doctor, but he's in that league of now 3 Doctors under 30 that have come and taken on their own. David Tennant wasn't far off 30 when he took the role over either, so it's interesting. So you were rooting for Phoebe Waller-Bridge, were you? I could see that, but I think she was more of a likelihood potentially with Jodie's. When Jodie was being announced, I know she was doing Fleabag and that at the time, but that was a more realistic thought for me then, was that she'd be doing it then. I actually think they do want to have somebody younger to keep it going, because the fan base we've got now is, if they started in the new series when it revived in 2005, they are now in their mid-20s, sometimes possibly even older than that. Remember, I'm a weird one. I became a Doctor Who fan 26 years ago with the TV movie, so I'm a weirdo in that respect. And there's people of my friend group who are older, who fit into the end of the classic series. There's people who fit in, who've become fans from 2005. So to keep the demographic going and bring some more interest in, they probably would have to go younger. And I'm happy that it is a younger person in that respect. And I have not a problem at all. I've no issue with it being a different gender as such. Well, it's not gender, it's more sexuality, because he is what I understand, he is queer, or he's of that LGBTQ plus setup. I'm terrible with these things. People are going to chastise me. They really are. But I've no issue with that at all. I've no issue with being a person of colour. There has been comments made from people like Dr. Freedom, stating that they think it probably would have been, if they're going to go back to a man, it probably would be a man of colour, which is exactly what's happened. I was kind of thinking maybe they would go down the route of following what the Master has done, because obviously the precedent was there with Michelle Gomez becoming Missy, and obviously the Doctor becomes female after that. So I was maybe thinking they were going to go down the Asian route for the male, but they've got a guy, they've got a black guy. I think he will be absolutely amazing. I think with all the casting decisions they had, they've never put a foot wrong with the casting. The only downside sometimes is the writing, and I think that's the problem. Sometimes the writing is a little bit meh, and Chibnall's era has elements of that. There probably elements of that in Russell T Davies's era, strict scripts in Russell T Davies's era originally, the first era, which I think are a little bit ropey as well. So, but the casting of the Doctor, I think, is absolutely spot on. I think it will work. It'll be interesting to see who the companion is, and whether he decides to go down the traditional dynamic of a male Doctor and a female companion, or whether he'll have a kind of fam set up with multiple people there, or whether it will be a guy and a guy Doctor and a guy companion. It's going to be interesting how that works out, and that's the next one. Serious Experiments Dave, I'm more interested in the scripts, the costume, the enemies than anything about the NMDs calling it woke, purely based on nothing besides his race and sex, even though it has zero impact. Quite right, the Doctor's an alien. I had no issue with the Doctor becoming a woman. I always thought it was a situation where where the Doctor could change to gender, could change skin colour, could change sexuality if they really wanted to. It's been alluded as far back as the TV movie that the Doctor could change into virtually anything. So the whole establishment of this whole thing about it has to be a straight white male in a suit who can go anything from skinny to slightly rotund. No offence to Colin Baker, but unfortunately that was the case at the end. But to have that, it doesn't matter to me. It's the Doctor. As long as the Doctor still has the same traits that they always have, the character can change, and I'm always up for that. And even though I may not be the greatest fan of this last era of Chris Chibnall in regards to some of the stories and the way it works, I never had a doubt about the way Jodie Whittaker plays it. I have never a doubt about the character of the Doctor. It's just sometimes, as you say, it's the scripts and the enemies that are probably the thing that is more concerned to me than actually who plays the Doctor. And I totally agree with you, Serial Experiments Dave. Thank you very much for joining in today. So yes, that is the situation. We have a new doctor. The whole of my social media feeds have been blowing up all day. It seems to have a very good 100%. I've not had one of my friend network turn around yet and say, not sure about that. I don't think I want that, a black doctor. Nobody said that yet of my friendship network. I've tried to keep away and be filtered away from all the stuff and all the bile you get from the NMDs and not my doctors. And they're rubbish, and I could say the S word being a Glaswegian, but I'm not going to say it because it's not polite. But yeah, they do talk a lot at times. But it's not the only thing with kind of content that's making waves and making and showing a great side to a different part of society. Doctor Who Redacted. Oh my word. I've listened to the first 3 episodes. I know the 4th one's just come out. I haven't listened to it yet. But oh my god, what a great little concept. I know it's only 20-minute segments. It's a bit too short. But see Charlie Craggs, she is phenomenal. She's making that. And it, yeah, there is that kind of... They work on the fact that you know, Charlie Craggs' character, Cleo, is transsexual, and they go through that and they have discussions about that, but it just an expectation that's on the side of conversation with people she speaks to. When she actually is doing the investigating and getting into this to try and find out what's happened about all the references to the Doctor disappearing in the blue box, and how Abby and Shona aren't actually knowing who the Doctor is, and Cleo seems to be the only one who knows everything. The way it's been played and the way it's been acted is absolutely fantastic, and I will probably do a kind of discussion a bit more about Redacted once the series is completely finished on BBC Sounds. But if you haven't listened to it yet and you are in the UK, go to BBC Sounds, go to Doctor Who Redacted, please listen to it. I think it's a brilliant series and I think it's great, and I've been listening to it on my walks weekly and everything else, and I really do like the setup. Serial Experiments Dave, the amount of people saying they're stopping watching now, like they're pretty much admitting being racist. I know. Do you know what? You can go and do that. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're not a proper Who fan if you don't embrace the whole situation of how the series works. I really do not expect that. That's come up quicker than it should do, but I saw it anyway. But yes, this is pretty much me being racist. It's kind of like I looked at the Doctor Who Instagram feed earlier on with the announcement of Ncuti, and 99% of them are very exciting comments, and a lot of discussion in regards to the love and the excitement for it, and the loving the factor. And then you get a couple of the NMDs coming down and saying, not my doctor, don't like this, I don't want a black doctor, I want a white man. And just go and bury your head, just go away. Yeah, I don't want to get too annoyed about that, because I wanted to make it as a kind of happy live stream and a bit fun. But I do need to take a break from myself, because I've been talking now for, what is it, virtually half an hour? And I think I need a little bit of a break. So I'm going to go into the first of my videos today, and we're going to do a bit of a vlog. Now, I'm not showing up this time. That was very weird last time. It wasn't showing. I was showing behind last time. I'm not this time. That's a bit odd. I don't know what the streaming software was doing. Anyway, we'll play the first of the videos today. Vlog 30. Here we go. Blackness Castle. Good morning, everybody. Seems like I'm forever doing these. I was editing down the Aberdour vlog just last night. It's Saturday, the 3rd of September 2016. I'm travelling again, and this time I'm on my way to a place called Blackness. Little village just between Bowness and Linlithgow. There's a very interesting castle there. There is a bit more of an interesting living history exhibit as well. So come and join me when I go vlogging once again. Welcome to another vlog. Well, that's a pain in the proverbial. Yes, you saw the time there. I mean, it is early. The reason I was being early is because I wanted to make sure I got to Blackness okay, and there's only a bus every 2 hours from Lithgow to Blackness, because I'm not using a car or anything like that. It's a bit more difficult to rely on public transport. Unfortunately, the train I needed to get to get the connection is cancelled. The next one is not till 9:15. That's a bit of a pain. Anyway, just gonna... No, can't zoom out. Sorry, I forgot it's front-facing camera. So yeah, I've got the pain in the bum of waiting half an hour to get into Lithgow. The idea was that I got into Blackness for back at 10, or just about 10 o'clock, explore the castle before the living history stuff starts at 12 o'clock. It looks like I'm going to be going to living history stuff direct now. Not much I can do about it. I just have to wait for the train to Lithgow. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably still go into Lithgow, but this time I'll go to the palace, which I actually didn't do when I was down there for the living history stuff, as part of the jousting at the beginning of July. So it gives me an opportunity to visit Lithgow Palace and go around that, and then hopefully I'll be on time then for the train, for the bus that gets me to Blackness with plenty of time in hand. So I suppose there is a benefit to what's happened. Still annoying, but hey, what can you do? So I've made Lithgow a little later than I planned. Not much I can do about it. The train was cancelled. Does mean I've got an hour and a bit to kill. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10 to 10, so I've got an hour and a bit to kill. So we shall see how Lithgow Palace goes. I can walk round it that well. I went to the gym for the first time on Thursday, and trying to build up things and lose a bit of weight and get a bit of fitness up. I'll do some more vigorous sword fighting and spear fighting next year. Unfortunately, for me, doing squats, using the machines to do squats, and I seem to have pulled something because my hamstrings, my thighs are rather stiff and sore. So we'll see if I'm able to carry on the bottom half of the gym work. So I'm walking a little stiffly today, so I can't get about as quickly as I used to, or as I usually can, which is a bit of a pain. And obviously with things like castles, the stairs, so we'll see how I get on. But this could be a bit of a painful day for me in parts. Now here's something interesting. If you walk up here, you'll see behind me, and get that right. I'll walk up, show it in front. Basically, up this wall here, there is, well, going downwards. But from the top there, it goes from Mary Queen of Scots all the way down to the present Queen. So it's all the descendants from Mary Queen of Scots down to the present Queen. So yeah, it's quite interesting little wall there. So it gives the age, it gives the dates they were born and when they died, not when they reigned, but it gives you a good idea. I'm going up some stairs and struggling slightly. Ooh, these stiff legs. I'm going up the main tower. St Margaret's Tower, or Queen Margaret's Tower I think it's called. But one of these rooms up here, apparently Queen Margaret, wife of James IV, waited in vain for her husband to return in 1513. After the Battle of Flodden, and of course he never came back. This is also the birthplace of James V of Scotland, and of course Mary Mary Queen of Scots. Oh. Nice, you want to go to the gym. Fitness. Oh, thought I'd get the stairs out of the way first. On a multiple. But if you look behind me, you'll see the lock. And over the back there is the peel where we were doing the reenactment stuff. Just over 2 months ago. This is the top of the tower. And what I'll do is I'll walk round, or rather stumble round, and you can see the St Michael's Church there with its 1964 spire. You've got a great view of Linlithgow over that way, and if we work round, if you can hear any of this, it'd be great for the wind. It's a little windy, as you can probably just hear here, a little windy. Keep walking around, got a great view of the whole area. And then if we walk around and I'll flip the camera, you'll see the rest of the area there. Now this is a ruin, of course. A very spectacular ruin, and it's a pleasure palace. It was for the Stuart kings for about 200 years. And I wish I could stay here longer and explore the palace a little bit more, but I don't have much time. I've only got basically an hour to kill before I need to get to the bus stop. Need a cup of coffee as well, I think. Cup of tea rather. But yeah, I thought I'd try the climb. It was a bit of a pain because my legs are stiff. I managed to get up here. I'm not in any pain with the legs. It's going to be fun getting down though, I can see it. Oh dear. So yeah, a few more beauty shots I think, and then we'll make the trip over to Blackness Castle. Well, there we are. We are 3 hours later, just outside Blackness, which is in front of me. You'll see that in a minute. To the castle we go. And let's see what the event's like today, shall we?
You see the master gunner here, what he's doing is, he's just priming the touch hole. He is priming the touch hole. He's already, of course, got over here, and then, of course, I can tell it's coming forward. Fire once again.
This afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see lots and lots of different things. You're going to see combat, you're going to see guns, cannons going off, blood everywhere. But to go and start things off, we're going to make it a bit more genteel for you. What we're going to do is show you a fashion show from the medieval periods, from the late medieval period it's really quite significant as time went through how things changed. Now, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to do this in reverse timeline. So we're going to start off with probably the timeline closest to the reenactors you saw there from Erskine's Regiment of Foot, who represents a period of the sort of middle of the 17th century. We're going to go back a little bit in time, first of all, to the early 16th century. Now, this is the type of fashion that would have been worn during that period. So 1513, you can see here, it starts to look a little bit like Tudors, doesn't it? Of course, we don't call it Tudors in Scotland because remember the Tudors were only in England. So it's the Renaissance period. Next up we're going to have is Guthrie, a round of applause for Guthrie, please. Now Guthrie doesn't have quite so much cash as Lindsay, he's certainly from the same sort of similar period. So think about the late 15th century, it was the time of James IV, or in England it would have been Richard III. Now Jackie is dressed as someone from a slightly earlier period, so round about the time of the 1470s. Here in Scotland it would have been the time of King James III, the Battle of Socky Barn, and to represent that down in England it would have been War of the Roses. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a beautiful dress, beautiful headwear. This is now from the early 15th century, so from about the time of the Battle of Agincourt. Has anybody heard of that? Hands up. Henry V? Yes. Now, as I say, when it comes to dyes, it's very important to note that, I said earlier, blacks and purples is really kept for the well-off, the well-to-do, and no leather back then. Everything was either wool or linen. But they did have some unusual colours, and you can see here a lovely pink dress. And this is authentic, they would have had those kind of colours. So you have to think of the medieval period as being very bright, colourful, both in the clothes they wear, and as you'll see very shortly, in the arms and armour that's actually being worn as well. We're actually going to go and put, Sir Douglas has very kindly suggested we put this rabble here, the spearmen, through their paces. Isn't that right, Sir Douglas? See what they're made of. Now, who are you going to cheer for, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, let's hear it for our high-end knights. Let's hear a round of applause for our knights. All right, knights. And what about the underdogs, the poor spearmen? Okay, now, we're going to see how well Sir Glenn's trained his troops here. Sir Glenn.
All year for this.
All year? Yeah. Well, I saw you fought in May and it wasn't that good, but anyway, I'm going to get right out of here. We're going to get the knights to come in and see what they're made of. Up in they go. And the knights just pile right into the foot soldiers and destroy them. Like a medieval tank, isn't it? All and done within seconds. Okay.
Side formation, spears forward.
Here they come again, ladies and gentlemen, the full of confidence spearmen. Let's see how they fare now. What's the next going to do? Oh, they're breaking, they're actually going to go and tap the sides of the spearmen. In they go, at the sides, splatter, splatter, blood everywhere, defeated. I don't know why you got a grin on your face, because you're about to die.
The guns! They got a plate everywhere!
They're going to encircle them, see if we can beat them here now. One's down. The leader's down, the second's okay. Everybody thinks it takes hours and hours to get back on your feet when you're in this position, but we'll get our knight to step up. Fall back! Fall back. Let's get our leader back up. He's actually up in seconds. But our spearmen win that fight, ladies and gentlemen.
To the right hand face. Everybody, march on. Left wheel. Classic stand. Right stand.
The left hand face. Musket, check the ramrods. Happy ending to 4%. First get fire. Get fire! Oh, just need to look in the fire.
As you can see, I've got a bit of a climb to go here to get into the main part of the castle. Part of the natural staircase. So I'm here at Blackness, doing a bit of tour here. You've already seen bits and pieces of the living history. You've had the medieval guys and their bit. We've got the Erskines, which are the Covenanters. They're doing their bit just now, in between their exhibitions, so I decided to take a break and visit the castle. So, let's have a look, shall we?
Face the audience again. You can see that they're carrying the brown best musket. This musket was worked by pouring powder down the barrel with the ball and powder it into the pan. Attachment, port arms. They pull the hammer back, the cock back, sorry. Pull the trigger and this would fire forward. A flint would strike the hammer, putting sparks into the pan, which would ignite the powder, and the ball would be launched out the end of the barrel. And
So, we're about to get firepower underway. We're loading up the cannon now. Commander's giving the signal. And the windstock touches down. Fantastic. Gun crew in with the wet mop. And with the worm. Dry mop. After the wet mop, of course. Loading up, that's a cartridge in. Put the rammer down, and pushed it down to the bottom there. And in the meantime, if you look up to the bastion, the musketeers, you'll see the ramrods going up in the air. They're trying to reload as quick as they can. The 94th, of course, are expected to be shooting 4 in a minute. What a noise for such a small gun.
So there we are, the end to another vlog. The firing squad. I'm going to leave you here. Whether it's going to be as long as the Abadur, I don't know. We shall see. I know the Abadur was about 26 minutes long. This one might be a little bit shorter, so it might be more highlights. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, as always, Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment below, and if you want to come back for more on this channel, I post a video every Sunday at 7 PM GMT. Next week should be an interesting week, unless I've changed my schedule by then, at the time this comes out. If I haven't, then it'll be an interesting video. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later. There we are. Vlog 30. Yeah, longish vlog. Not as long as the week before, but still enough. I needed 5 minutes then. I was starting to get a little bit angsty with all the NMDs, but there we are. There's not much you can do about it. Welcome to another Streamstructor. If you just joined us, hello. You've missed about 50 minutes, but you can always play it back later. That's not a problem. But I'm here for probably another 20 minutes or so. I've got one more archive video I probably will play, but I've got a couple other topics to talk about as well. It's been very exciting today because my plans have been thrown out the window just a little bit, but I still want to finish about 8:30 because I've got a Grand Prix to listen to. But yes, it's been an interesting day today with the news of the new Doctor. Ncuti Gatwa has become the 14th Doctor. We had to chat about that a little bit earlier on before the vlog archive video there. But welcome one and all. I hope you're having a good day and you've had a good day watching and finding out all the news. And yeah, next weekend's going to be busy for me. A lot of stuff. I've got a reenactment thing on the Saturday, and then the Doctor Who group guys are going to meet up on the Sunday. So that's going to be fun, having chat about this. So it's going to be exciting and good times. I'm a happy Whovian at the moment. But that's not all I was wanting to talk about today. I did want to mention about Eurovision, which I'll get to in a minute. But before I do that, time for the birthdays. Now, every month, as you may know, or you may not, if you're fairly new, you may find that I will say happy birthday to friends and people I know from Facebook and in the world at large. And the first birthday wish comes from a lady who has been on the show. It's a big birthday for her. Hopefully you're finding your place in Edinburgh and it's not going too badly for you. Happy birthday, Jazz. You have been on the live stream before as a disembodied voice, and I hope you have many happy returns on your birthday tomorrow. My favourite Australian lady, the only Australian lady I actually know at the moment, but my favourite Australian lady, happy birthday. And then my friend Neil, his birthday is on Wednesday, and happy birthday to you then, sir. Sam, who has chatted on this live stream before, his birthday's on the 17th of May, happy birthday for that. And there's a few other birthday members here. I've got down here, who else do I want to say happy birthday to? Yes, I'll say happy birthday to Scott. Now, Scott did the card that you see in the background. It was a Secret Santa card that he did, and it was the first year I did the YouTube stuff, and it was my tagline, which is Whovian call centre monkey. I'm not vlogger Whovians call centre monkey. I'm not a call centre monkey anymore. I still work in a call centre, but I'm not answering calls, so that's slightly out. But I love the card, and it's been there ever since, and it's been in the background of all these shots in frame when I've been doing things in this position. So yeah, it's a lovely little card. I love it, and yeah, happy birthday, many happy returns, sir, when it comes. And then there's only two more I want to say happy birthday to. One is to my reenactment friend Don, whose birthday's on the 1st of June, and then my other reenactment friend Maggie, whose birthday is also on the 3rd of June. Happy birthday to everybody. I haven't mentioned everybody because if I mentioned everybody I wouldn't be able to mention them again next year. But happy birthday to everybody. Hope you have a great time this month, and yeah, I hope to see you all very, 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 very soon. Okay, running order. Now, I've just played the vlog for Blackness Castle. I do have a Doctor Who review for Amy's Choice, an archived Doctor Who review for Amy's Choice, and you guys can join me with that in a minute. Before we do that, though, just one more thing I want to have a short chat about here, and that is Eurovision. I've not listened to all the songs, but there was one that I really absolutely loved. What I just think it's stupid, the whole blooming thing, the whole song. I think it's just really. It's a guy called Subwoofer, and he is representing Norway this year. And the song he's done is called Give That Wolf a Banana. And I listened to it and I'm going, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? And it's pure Eurovision. Pure Eurovision. I'm looking forward to that next week. I do a Twitter stream every year commenting on Eurovision as it goes on the night. So it's next Saturday, so I'll be enjoying Eurovision with that. But listen to the song, Give That Wolf a Banana. I don't think it will do that well, but it's a load of Eurovision fun. You need it every so often. He has different names for the wolf throughout the song. Tell me, what would you name a wolf? Because he named it Keith, and I can't remember the other one he mentioned it. But I'll just give that wolf a banana. Tell me what you think your name for a wolf would be, and it's it's quite a fun song. The British entry's okay. I don't think it will do that well, even if it is a good song, because unfortunately UK's not seen in good light in Europe at the moment, which is understandable considering the mess we've had for the past 6 years. But the less to say about that, the better, to be absolutely perfectly honest. But if you've listened to the Eurovision stuff, my sister listens to them a lot. They start the quarterfinal, the semi-finals on Tuesday. It's in Italy this year. It's in Turin. And I'll be watching on Saturday the full thing, so hopefully it'll be a very enjoyable time, and I will be commenting along on Twitter. But do you have any idea of who your favourite Eurovision entry is so far? As I say, I've not listened to all of them yet, but Give That Wolf a Banana, certainly the one I'm going to listen out for at the time. If Norway get through to the final, of course, they may not. They may fall out in the semi-final. It'll be a shame if they do fall out, but it's just, I think it's a brilliant thing they've done, and I think it's going to be quite fun. So yeah, so actually no, it will, according to this. Let's have a look. No, they're in the semi-finals, so yeah, so they will be in the first semi-final on Tuesday, and hopefully they get there. Hopefully they get somewhere, and they've been in the Norwegian charts. They've got to number 4 in the Norwegian charts. Quite right too. It's a fun little song, and it's what you expect from Eurovision. Eurovision become a lot more professional with the stage performances the past couple of years, and the bar was set with Sweden a few years ago. I mean, that was a big bar they set with Sweden a few years ago with the video screen, and they've all been trying to replicate it since. There is 2 countries that won't be included this year, Belarus and Russia, for obvious reasons. But Ukraine is there, and they're saying Ukraine's probably going to be favourite, and This is where people say Eurovision isn't political. Bollocks. And this is the only swear I'll do today. Bollocks. It is political. Always has been. You get countries voting for each other, and it's exactly what's happened here. So I think Ukraine probably will win it this year out of sympathy. Well, where they're going to host it is a different matter because of the situation over there. But yes, I think Ukraine's a strong favourite, and I think the bookies are probably right in that. But yes, I'm going to be looking forward to Eurovision when it comes. I think it's going to be quite fun watching it this year, and yeah, what an interesting time coming up for that. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that's me just about done for my talking points today. I'm just going to go and play the last of my videos for today, which is Amy's Choice. Here we are. Here's the Doctor Who review. Hello everybody, and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time, I'm reviewing a story from the first series of this Doctor. So, here we go, Amy's Choice, the 7th episode of the 5th revived series of Doctor Who. Now, going forward, just a wee disclaimer for you guys, I'm not doing any plot synopsis of the stories of the revived era. It's only going to be the classic stories I do a plot synopsis for. So let's go straight into it by discussing a little bit about the plot itself. Just a wee summary from my point of view. It's not an official plot synopsis or anything like that. So, basic story is 2 different worlds, both of them possibly dreams. One in Upper Ledworth about 5 years after Rory and Amy left the TARDIS, and the TARDIS itself, present day, in their relative time frames. Along comes a entity called the Dream Lord, who gets them to decide to choose between the 2 entities, which one's real, which one is not. Both of them have dangers within them. In the TARDIS, it's all the power's gone and it's flying towards a cold star, and the TARDIS is getting steadily colder. And in Upper Ledworth, all the old people have been taken over by a monster called I think it's called the Econine. I think they call it. Is it the Echo 9 for my notes? Yes. Oh no, Echnodyne. Echnodyne, that's what it is. I've got my notes here. It's not really looking that well, is it? Echnodyne. So these are creatures that are living within old people, and they make them live a lot longer. And that's the fate. And if they hit you with the venom, you disintegrate into sand, and that is the basis plot of it. So overall, it's a decent enough story, I suppose, but let's go into the characters and the plot lines just a little bit, and just go into each of the main characters. Now, there's only really 4 main characters in this one. There's a few minor roles. You have, of course, the Doctor, played by Matt Smith, who seems to be right in his role by now. That kind of kooky, zany 11th Doctor that we all know from the early era is definitely present here. We have Amy Pond, played by Karen Gillan. She's getting better, but there's still something slightly grating of Amy at times. This kind of arrogant, I'm in charge, you do what I say sort of attitude that she has. It's obviously underlining a lot of insecurities, but it's the fact that we are developing a bit more the relationship between her and Rory now in here. And then we've got Rory of Kels, played by Arthur Darvill, that never puts a foot wrong with the characterisation, and it is the first time that Rory dies, if I remember correctly, and it sets a trend for the next season and a half of Doctor Who. But yes, this is the first time Rory dies. And the guest character, the main guest character, Toby Jones, as the Dream Lord, who happens to be, and spoilers of course, who happens to be the darker manifestations of the Doctor's imagination, because the Dream Lord isn't really real. But overall, yeah, Arthur Darvill nails it as Rory, and Toby Jones is very good as the Dream Lord, very, very scheming, but he's good at these sort of scheming roles. I've noticed that in other things. He's very good in Captain America series as the German scientist that ends up in the computer in the second one. He's good at these kind of scheming roles, although it's very rare to see him in a kind of English-speaking role. He likes doing his foreign roles at the moment, but it's very good to see him in here. Great role. You can see the darker side of the Doctor projected through the Dream Lord, and I love the fact he berates the Doctor at one point by saying that you're full of tawdry quirks. You're so many tawdry quirks. You could open up a tawdry quirk shop. Now, if that's misquoted slightly, my apologies here. We've got a couple of minor roles of some of the old people there. We've got Mrs. Poggett, played by Audrey Ardington. Doesn't have any speaking role, but she's basically probably the most prominent of the Echnodyne taking over old people that you see. Then you've got Mr. Nairnby, who tries to strangle Rory, and then you've got Mrs. Hamill as well. So yeah, they're okay, but they're supporting characters. They are basically part of the monster. They don't really have much of a plot line there. And it really does revolve the 4 of them. The dynamic's quite good. It's nice to see a development between the 3 of them, and the fact the Doctor actually does like them all and wants them to be part of his life, because the impression you get is he's kind of thinks Rory's a slight sideline at times. But not in this case. He does seem to work well, and I do like it. One thing I did notice production-wise, and it has been picked up, and I realise that now, in Upper Ledworth, the Doctor is wearing his teal variation of his costume. Yes, the teal shirt. But in the TARDIS, he's wearing his maroon one. So that kind of helps with the kind of... And it's something you don't really see. It's quite subtle between the 2 different situations. I mean, the TARDIS is rather dark. Ledworth's quite bright and, well, dull, but it's in daylight and outside. And those 2 kind of variations you see there. And it kind of helps with the story. This is the first and only story so far that's been written by Simon Nye. He's very well known for writing comedy, as much as anything else. He's best known for being the creator of Men Behaving Badly and writing quite a few episodes of that series. And then it's been directed by Catherine Morshead. Very standard fare. I'm not seeing any really big flair here. Do I get the feeling this is maybe the filler episode of series 5? Possibly, I don't know. It's not one of the best ones in the world, I don't think. It's not one of my favourites, really. The music's by Murray Gold. The I Am the Doctor theme is one of the most prominent leitmotifs here. It's pretty atmospheric apart from that. It's very, very muted Murray Gold at this point. It's not that bombastic. It's not like his later stuff in the Capaldi's era, where it's very bombastic a lot of the time. But overall, It plods along okay. It's a standard story. I like the concept of the fact you're trying to figure out which world is real and which world is not. As it turns out, neither of them are. It's a space pollen that's got lodged in the Doctor's psyche that's caused the problem in the first place. But to be fair, it's okay. You can watch it, but it is kind of take your brain out fodder and you watch it that way. So in that respect, I enjoy it. It's good concepts and it's good production values in that respect. It still stands up nearly 10 years later as a story itself. And for that and only that, I would put the rating of this story as 3.5 TARDISes out of 5. Welcome back, everybody, to another Streamstructor. I've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Thank you, everybody who's contributed and commented today. If you are watching this afterwards, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, that will do. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking and what your thoughts and feelings about the announcement earlier on in the stream. As you can see in the chat there at the side, there's been a bit of conversation going on with a new person to the chat, Serial Experiments Dave. Thank you very much for watching today, my friend. It's nice to meet you, nice to have a conversation with you today, and some of the points you brought up have been really interesting to see, so thank you very much for that, and hopefully you join in future ones as well. But as you may have realised, I'm a Doctor Who fan, so there's a lot of Doctor Who related content you might be interested in going forward. As you just saw there, I did a Doctor Who review, and I do that twice a month. Next Sunday is my next one, and I'll give you all the clips and details in a second, so you might be interested in chipping in and having a look at that. But yes, apart from that, thank you everybody who has commented, making conversations the past wee while, and people have made comments on Facebook as well as on the YouTube. Although it's been done from my personal Facebook, not through the Deanstructor Facebook. But never mind, that's why it's not showing up here. But everybody who has been involved today in making conversations, thank you very much for that. It's really actually been quite fun. I thought it was going to be another run-of-the-mill one, but becoming a one-man bank on my own sometimes can be a little bit tiresome. This one isn't. This one's been actually quite fun and something really interesting being talked about with the new Doctor, and long may be more conversations. There is lots of Doctor Who content coming up related to this new result coming up, and it's really well timed, this announcement today, because I would have been forced to do another video otherwise, but because I'm doing a live stream, I can talk about it on the live stream, so it's really been good for that respect. So yeah, thanks BBC, you really made it work. But but apart from that, that's about it. What's coming up for the rest of the month? Obviously we post regularly on Sunday. Sunday at 4 PM GMT. Yes, Sunday at 4 PM GMT. Why have I forgotten that? I should know that after 5 years of having that as my timing. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so there's the schedule here for May. So we've had the vlog last week, which is Edsel Castle. You can check in here. We've got the live stream as it is just now. On Wednesday, we'll have a clip from this live stream. I think you guys probably know what it's going to be if you've been watching this. It'll be a cut-down version of my Doctor Who discussion, I think. We then have 2 Doctor Who reviews this month. The first one is next Sunday at 4 PM GMT, which is Darkwater, Death and Heaven, and then the 12th Doctor story, and then we have the 18th of May at 6 PM GMT. The Wednesday is the Celestial Toymaker. Then we have an unboxing video, something new. It was going to be the Kidstructor, and then the telly went fut, so and I said fut, F-U-T-T. So it's going to be unboxing the new TV and an unboxing video which has been done, and the channel update, which is going to be the penultimate channel update of the year, and more will be revealed as time goes on. But yes, that is the lineup for this month. That's the lineup for the channel for the rest of the month. If you do like this video, or you like this live stream, or you like anything on the channel, please don't forget to hit that like button. 3 of you have done that already. Thank you very much. More of you, I'm sure, will join in as time goes on when you see the replays. So thank you for all your likes you've done today. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, and if you do share it, please share it with the hashtag teamstructor. It does come up there as one of the links in the top corner there, as you see. I have different social media platforms. I've got the Facebook page, which I've been broadcasting live on as well. I have a Patreon, I have a Twitter, which you can follow. If you follow that by Saturday, you'll get on my Eurovision commentary. I have a Patreon for as little as £1 a month or $1 a month. You can help support the channel. Just go to the Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Deanstructor. And that's it. If you want to join the channel and subscribe, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. I am back on Wednesday, 6 PM GMT, with a clip from this live stream, and then the next video, which is the Doctor Who review of Dark Water, Death in Heaven, is actually on Sunday at 4 PM GMT, and that's my general rule. That's when the videos usually come out. But until next time, guys, I'm now going to go off and listen to the Grand Prix, so I don't have Now TV or anything, so I'll be listening to it on 5 Live. But yes, I'm off for now. Thank you guys for watching. It's been really enjoyable today. I hope you can join me next time. The next live stream is actually on the 4th of June. Is that right? The 4th of June? No, the 5th of June. Sunday the 5th of June at 6 PM GMT, 7 PM UK time. I'll hopefully see you then. But until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.